Confucianism is often seen as just the default Chinese philosophy, and I think that's a damn shame. Because the truth is that there's a much better philosophy that also came out of China called Taoism. And I've already talked about it once before in one of my videos on legalism and why we need it in today's society. But today I'm going to do a little broader look at what Taoism is. If I were to give a physical analogy for each Confucianism and Taoism, I would say Confucianism is a bit like trying to build a crystalline structure, right? Everything needs to be exactly in place. You can't move from it. You've got to know your place and stay there. Whereas Taoism is all about trying to learn about things the way they are. If anything, it's more like the waves behind me, that no matter what happens, no matter what pushes or pulls you, you just keep cruising on and learning to ride with the waves, the ups and downs of life. And that's why some really great kind of legal philosophies and governmental institutions developed out of Taoist thinkers and Taoist administrators. As several of the greatest emperors of China were Taoist. Most people don't know this. Started out poorer than the Roman Empire, like much poorer. They didn't have the same advanced manufacturing capabilities as the Roman Empire. They had a lot of poverty, a lot of regional inequality. But after a series of Taoist emperors in both the Han and Tang dynasties, China not only caught up, but surpassed the West in terms of their development. And they stayed that way basically until Confucianism took back over. Now, there are some other historical things that were happening at the same time that played a role in this, and I don't want to say as entirety because of the philosophies of the emperors. But I will say that Confucianism doesn't really allow room for self-discovery and growth in the way that most people today would value it. It basically says that you can grow as a person by embodying your station in life better and better. And they were extremely misogynistic. Women don't really have a public role in Confucianism. And they were also just extremely feudal. So actually in the middle of the Han dynasty, somebody took over who was Confucian. The previous emperors had been Taoist, had been really building it up, things had been going well. And then this guy took over who was like super Confucian. And he said, actually, we have a pretty free society right now. People are doing what they want. And that's bad. We need to go back to feudalism. And he single-handedly tried to reinstitute feudalism that had been dead for 2,000 years. I think Taoism is just extremely underrated. And it's worth learning about, because the other thing Taoism teaches is that the knowledge is inside you of what you need to do, and you need to learn to trust your intuition, trust your judgment, at the same time that you essentially have a scientific mindset and respond to things you're learning about the world with an open mind.